So if it is not Oklahoma, Debbie, who is going to beat the Gonzaga Bulldogs?
Right now on Up with KREM, the hometown team is on a roll. Gonzaga is headed to the Sweet 16. This morning, a former Zag known for the school's most famous shot in history will join us on air to talk about this week's matchup.
Following yesterday's grapple storms in Spokane, we're waking up to a bit of patchy fog this morning. I'll let you know how long that sticks around and what it means for our temperatures later today.
The Spokane Comedy Club has become multiple businesses over the course of the pandemic. This morning, how you and your friends can become trivia champions.
Up with KREM starts right now with Joshua Robinson, Jeremy Legoo, and Dana Marie McNichol.
It's our town, our time, our team. The Zags are on to the Sweet 16. Next stop is a game against Creighton, and that stands between Gonzaga and the Elite Eight. The team posted this video. I love that headstand. They posted this video of the locker room celebration. Coach Hughes starting the Gatorade war, but Dana Marie, the team finished it like they've finished a pair of teams so far in the tournament, right?
Absolutely, Joshua, and my favorite is that classic handstand by Mark Few that everyone looks for after those really big wins. Yeah. So smiles from all those team members and also people all over the world that are Zag fans this morning. And I loved chatting with some seniors that got to travel to Indianapolis. They're part of the Kennel Club. So really, they said they haven't seen any other students there, and they were cheering really, really loud for them. We're going to hear from them in a little bit, but what a great morning to wake up being a Zag fan.
These double-digit wins, Jeremy, are just so impressive, you know, against good teams.
Yeah, against really good teams. These aren't just some like regular team. These are teams in the tournament. This is the tournament. So this is kind of cool to watch. Now, Dana Marie, you got to wait a whole week for the next game, basically.
I know. Don't remind me, but it'll give them time to rest. So I'm happy for them. Okay,
I like it. I like it. And, you know, today's a good rest day, right? All right, it's a little chilly out here this morning. Let me explain what I mean. Early on this morning, we've got a little bit of patchy fog downtown. And up here on South Hill, it's clear skies overhead, but boy, does that 29 degrees really feel like 29 degrees. We are sitting below freezing this morning, and this entire weather center is frosty and icy. Some of those roads driving in this morning, I encountered some ice on the road, so just be ready for that as you head out the door. And you can see we do have some of that patchy fog in and around the inland northwest. It's temperatures down below freezing. It's foggy. You know what that means. That means freezing fog. That means you could encounter slick spots there as well. Coeur d'Alene got a little bit of fog. Parts of Spokane, a little bit of fog. Up in Sandpoint, that fog is starting to move its way out. Your temperature's in the 20s, though. It is a chilly start to the day. There is no doubt about it. So as the sun comes out, as we warm things up today, expect that sunshine to continue, but expect it to be a bit cooler. It's going to feel a little cooler throughout the day today, despite those temperatures climbing to up near 50 degrees. And the reason is this. For a good chunk of the day, we are actually in the 40s, and when we hit that 50-degree mark, it is actually going to be pretty brief. I think it's even going to be briefer than what that might suggest, so just know it's going to be a chilly 50 degrees today, but still 50 degrees in sunshine nonetheless.
Hey, Jeremy, I will take that sunshine all around for today. 50 degrees is warmer than we've had in a long time, so I'm happy this morning. Now, especially since we're going to be talking about Gonzaga basketball. Now, Oklahoma was standing in between Gonzaga and the Sweet 16, but they were victorious. They won 87-71 in yesterday's game, and that means they're going to be taking on Creighton in the next round. Now, this is the 6th year in a row that the Zags had made the Sweet 16.
Yeah, the Zags are going to play on KREM 2, and their game against Creighton tips off at 11:10 a.m. on Sunday, the 28th, but the whole round of Sweet 16 starts at 11 a.m. this Saturday.
Gonzaga has been put on the national stage a few times, especially for the joke, if you remember, on Jimmy Kimmel, "Where even is Gonzaga?" I know a lot of people actually Google "Where is Gonzaga?" during the tournament, but this morning we're going to be answering a different question. Where is Creighton?
Yeah, Creighton actually overwhelmed the Ohio Bobcats yesterday, winning 72-58. They got a double-digit win too. But here's an interesting tidbit. They're ranked as a number 5 seed, which means if they beat Gonzaga, the NCAA wouldn't consider that to be an upset. Everybody else would, but not the NCAA, because they classify an upset as when the team who wins is at least 5 ranks below the team they beat. Creighton University is in Omaha, Nebraska, right across the street from the Cornhuskers, and they come from the Big East Conference.
Earlier this month, their head coach was suspended from all team activities for comments he made during a post-game speech. The athletic director said the comments were not in alignment with Creighton's commitment to racial equity, diversity, and respect. The coach said, quote, "I made a mistake and I own it. Mistakes come with consequences, and I accept and agree with the suspension." He said since he's been reinstated as head coach after a 1-game suspension.
Now, this year is the first time since 1974 that Creighton is advancing to the Sweet 16. One of the stars of the team is Marcus Zagorowski. His older brother is Michael Carter Williams, who's currently a point guard from the Orlando Magic. Here's what he had to say during his post-game interview yesterday.
Crazy kid. You must have seen Gonzaga play at some point this year. What do you know about that team you're about to face?
Yeah, I mean, they haven't lost yet. You know, no one has exposed them. You know, they're a complete team. They have great players everywhere. So, you know, we have almost a week to prepare for them, and we'll be ready.
In a game before.
We're going to see about when they face off against the Zags this Sunday right here on KREM 2. It's going to be a great game, definitely. Now, March Madness has certainly lived up to its name. We're taking a look at what's trending online this morning. Every year, we do expect to have some upsets, of course. However, this year has been packed with surprises. There have been 11 upsets this year, making it the most upsets in tournament history ever. So we're going to break this down for you. Here's a look at all those major upsets. Yesterday, number 7 seed University of Oregon beat the number 2 seed Iowa. Oregon won by 15 points, putting them in the Sweet 16. Bracket buster Oral Roberts became the second 15 seed to advance to the 3rd round. Sunday, they beat Florida 81-78, a very close game there. Oral Roberts is only the second 15 seed in NCAA history to advance to the Sweet 16. Loyola Chicago and their superfan 101-year-old sister Jean, well, together they stomped number 1 seed Illinois, so they're going to go to play Oregon this week. And another big upset from the first round of the tournament was Ohio's win over Virginia. And Virginia, well, they're the NCAA defending champs from 2019. This was their second first-round loss since 2018. Now, Ohio went into the second round of the tournament to play Creighton, but of course, they lost. We're going to be heading Creighton against the Gonzaga. We'll be facing off later this week, so you can watch that game right here on KREM 2. And switching gears now, it's time for your morning rush. More news in less time.
An inmate at the downtown Spokane jail has died while being transported to medical services yesterday afternoon. According to a county spokesperson, the inmate became unresponsive during transportation to the jail's medical services division. Now, we don't know the inmate's name or the manner or cause of death right now, but according to the county spokesperson, 2 doses of Narcan were administered before the inmate died. Spokane County Sheriff's Office will be investigating the inmate's death, and this is a developing story, so we'll bring you the latest information as it comes into our newsroom.
Basketball Hall of Famer Elgin Baylor has passed away. He brought Seattle University to the 1958 NCAA championship and went on to have a legendary career with the Lakers. The 86-year-old died of natural causes.
Another story making top headlines around the nation this morning coming out of Colorado. 10 people were killed by a gunman at a supermarket in Boulder. Boulder police have confirmed one of their own is among the dead. An investigation is underway right now, but police say it could take at least 5 days to complete. According to officers, the gunman was the only person injured in the shooting who did not die.
Washington officials are calling for a stop to the growing trend of violence against Asian Americans and Pacific Islanders. In Seattle's Chinatown International District, elders say they're afraid to go outside at night. Across the country, the group Stop AAPI Hate logged nearly 3,800 hate incidents in the last year. Washington was one of the top states for reports.
On February 25th, I was attacked by a stranger in Chinatown in Seattle. He followed me and struck me in the face with what looked like.
According to court records, she was brutally beaten with a sock filled with rocks. The suspect was in court yesterday and charged with second-degree assault, not a hate crime.
Hospitals are working together to make sure ICU capacity stays below 90%. It's one of the requirements for staying in phase 3 of the reopening plan. The Washington Hospital Association says facilities across the state agreed to share the load by spreading patients and resources between them.
And that's your Morning Rush. More news in less time. Let us know what's happening in your neighborhood by using the hashtag #UpWithKrem on social media.
Well, it's the most exciting Friends trivia event since Monica and Rachel lost their apartment to Joey and Chandler. After the break, we'll tell you how you can be a Friends trivia champion at the Spokane Comedy Club.
And of course, we're going to walk you through weather. Patchy fog this morning, sunshine later today, showers tomorrow. What's going on? I'll explain after the break.